Shalom, Kol Halal, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors unto the apostles, double honors unto the elder bishops. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more so than ever. The 144,000 of would-be judges. And to the scattered elect that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, among the heathen nations that have the appearance of the heathen nations. This is not a black only or a color thing. It's a seed line thing. All right. Those who are the seed of Jacob that are scattered. And to the few Akwaf that are listening and learning, to you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Malcolm from the branch of the Great Millstone here in Chicago, coming at you with another lesson in truth. All right. Do not get it twisted. The bulk of the Israelites here in America are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And there's overwhelming evidence to prove that. First and foremost, scripturally. And then second, you have history and the relics that back that statement up 144%. All right. But today's lesson is going to be the ousting and the exposing of Edom, or Asaph, as the rabbis pronounce it both ways. But in the Bible, it's simply read as the Edomites or the Idumeans. And when you read Ezekiel, the 36th chapter, all right, it tells you that in the 36th chapter, around the 5th verse, and it kind of mentions it in the second verse as well, that the Idumeans claimed the land of Israel and claimed the heritage of Israel. All right, Idumeans, are Edomites, and not only they just Edomites, but they're Amalek. All right, and I have 3 books. I have this one by Slow-Mo Sand. We're going to read a scripture on that. Matter of fact, and let's get that now. Let's get that scripture now. So we got Slow-Mo Sand, and I have that book right in front of me. That's one of the 3 that I have. This is Psalm 64. And 8. Slow-Mo Sand is an Israeli historian, all right? And the book is called The Invention of the Jewish People. They invented it, all right? Remember, the letter J did not exist. That's a fact. That's not arguable. They will, so to even refer to yourself as J-ish, it was simply the Israelites, all right? Remember, the Lord's name, the letter J was created. So in the Greek, when the Bible was translated from the Greek, the New Testament was translated from the Greek, it was pronounced Jesus. That's why in the 1611 Bible, in all the Bibles that are older, there's a couple, that from the 1500s and 1680, you don't see the letter J, all right? Because it didn't exist. So remember, the word Jew or Jewish is a hijack. They've replaced Israelite. You'll read something in their publications and they'll call Abraham Jewish. They'll call Isaac Jewish. And that's a complete fraud and a lie. That is a complete fraud and a lie to refer to Isaac as Jewish, to refer to Abraham as Jewish, to even refer to Jacob or any of his seed as Jewish, because the word Jewish is referring to remember, the ish on the back of something means to be like, a suffix pertaining to be like. All right, so Jewish is pertaining to one tribe, which is the tribe of Judah, which is one of 12. All right, you have Issachar, Zebulun, Asher, Simeon, Levi. You got all these other tribes, and none of them are Jewish. Okay, so that's the first lie. And this is just one of those things where their tongue is falling upon themselves. Psalm 64 and 8, so that they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All right. This is something that you just cannot get around. All right. The next would be this one, Scochet, which is this one. which is called Amalek, the Enemy Within. All right? Have that book right in front of me. Okay? That one. And this is going to be a part 2. This is an introduction to the video. All right? That's what this is. This is the intro to the video. And then last we have, and I have this brand new, still in the package. All right? You can see the different things. This one, it says Martin Luther, anti-Semitism, the Jews and their lies. They got that. They put the anti thing first. All right. But let's see if we can get a. Yeah, but this book, I have a translation of it still in the package. Hold on. See? The Jews and their lies. It's still wrapped in the package. It's brand new. It hasn't even been opened. And shout out in the water for the brother Zayah Yahweh, the water brother. All right. Who got these books into my hands. Brother Zahar. But this is the intro to the video, because I'm going to go into these books eventually, and this video is leading up to it. And the video that we have on the screen to open it up is why does Israel suddenly want President Trump dead? And then here, Zionist free zones. All right. Because Amalek is about to be chased out of the world. And these are videos that are put up by CJ Werleman. All right. And so before we do that, let me grab another scripture. This is and you can see the world is turning on them. The shameful spewing is upon their glory. And they're being found to be liars. All right. So I'm going to this is Habakkuk 2:16. And it reads, Thou art filled with shameful glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of Yahweh's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be upon thy glory. All right. So the shameful spewing upon their glory, man. All right. Them being kicked out of these countries, being told that they're not wanted. And they're being looked at with those narrow eyes. They're narrowly being looked upon, because the world is calling them out for their wickedness. And these people, these Israeli citizens, the younger ones especially, they're arrogant in their ignorance, in the lies that they've been taught. They've been taught all these lies. And the older ones and the more educated ones, they know that they're lies. That's why you have historians like, Shlomo Sand writing books, called The Invention of Jewish People. All right, because it's invented, it's made up. So once again, the name of this video is Zionist countries, this particular one, ban Israeli tourists. So I think we're going to start with the first one. Why does Israel want President Trump dead? Which brings us to because the Trump base and the MAGA base here in America, the good old boy network here in America, they do not like the small hats, the imposters. They understand that it's the support of them that keeps America broke. Guess what? It's not the fat black Hispanic woman with all the kids that's breaking America. It's actually these Israelis. They get billions of dollars yearly, all the time, nonstop. All right, of welfare from America. They are the biggest welfare state. Same as so-called white people are the biggest welfare recipients in America. They're finding that out now. All right. That it wasn't the small population of Negroes, in the inner cities. All right. It's the huge populations of Edomites out in the rural areas and out in the South that needed the welfare the most. And they're hurting badly. For there's video after video nonstop of white people complaining and crying about how they cannot make it. Okay? And the reason that being, and they want their own president dead, is because America is a house divided. And a house divided cannot stand. Let's get that in Mark 3:25. We're going to finish part 1 with that. All right? I'm going to have to read the copyright statute before we go into part 2. But this is Mark 3:23, and it reads, "And he called them unto him and said unto them in parables, How can Satan cast out Satan? And if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end." And that is the same way that the Israelites fell. Right? The northern kingdom separated from the southern kingdom. Civil wars ensued, different wars and skirmishes. Then they started losing battles to the heathen. And then the heathens got dominion over them. And the northern kingdom was taken away. And not long after, into slavery. All right? And not long after, the end result was that the southern kingdom got taken away into slavery. And that is the same thing that is going to happen to Esau, Edom. Deuteronomy 30:7, the curses are going to fall upon them. All right? So with that, I'm going to give all praises, going honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, Kwam Yasharallah, and see you in the next lesson. Shalom.